part of the go along to get along gang. Voice my opinion without somebody, saying I'm a bad person. And
it seems like the entire hip-hop community is openly talking about Diddy's involvement in Tupac's demise. You can catch 50 Cent, the master of throwing shade, hinting at it on his social media, and there's also Eminem who rapped about it ages ago. The fact is, there's a multitude of industry insiders out there who have a certain knowledge that Diddy might have had a hand in putting a hit on Tupac, and Ice Cube is joining the chant with his usual manner of being a ruthless truth teller.
Wherever it comes, I'm down to work with whoever's down to do something right for the people.
But you see, despite the rap community coming forward with their thoughts and opinions, the police doesn't rush to raid Diddy's mansion. Seems like there's a lack of concrete evidence against the music mogul, and even gang member Kiffy D's confessions cannot officially tie Diddy to this shooting. You see, guys, it may take more than just a couple of people to expose the whole truth, and while Kiffy D remains incarcerated, the last living eyewitness of the shooting, Suge Knight, is openly saying that the gangster has nothing to do with this and should be freed.
When testified, none of that. At the end of the day, free Kiffy D.
Well, while Diddy has erected thick walls of protection around himself using his money and influence, there's still hope to expose his shady activities against the rap world. And here's when Ice Cube enters the scene, dropping juicy hints about this high-profile incident and openly confronting Diddy.
And we need, you gotta be held accountable for...
Yeah.
The question who wanted rap legend Tupac unalived has been lingering in the shadows for years. Suddenly, when the investigation took another turn, Ice Cube chimes in saying, "But I'm pretty sure we haven't heard the absolute whole truth when it comes to Tupac's demise and what happened to him that night in Vegas." According to Cube, Tupac might have been eliminated by someone with whom he had a beef. And guys, you all know how the late rapper got Diddy angry with his harsh diss track, Hit 'Em Up, released a few months before the tragic incident.
But it was an undercurrent in the industry of people who thought that our records was too hard.
You see, it looks like all roads lead to Puffy's lavish mansion, but we don't see him handcuffed so far because the police didn't get enough proof. But if there's anyone who can send a shiver down the music mogul's spine, it's Ice Cube. Considering the vast wealth Puffy has accumulated throughout his career, from his dealings with the Locks to Mace and his deconstruction of Danity Kane. The world has been crumbling around him, but Diddy has always emerged unscathed, always coming out on top. Even worse, he's profited from everything and everyone, helping him amass his insane fortune. But does that make him untouchable? Ice Cube does not think so.
I don't think nobody's hiding nothing like that.
No.
And not sharing.
Really?
Not nowadays.
Everything gets out.
Apparently, the hip-hop community is tired of seeing Diddy playing it rough and hiding behind the walls of his fortress. But for prosecutors to really catch him off guard, they need a push, and that's where Ice Cube steps into the picture. Everyone who knows Ice Cube knows he's the real deal, a straight shooter. If there's anyone who could make Diddy squirm, it's him. Ice Cube has never been afraid to speak his mind, to serve the harsh and ugly truth like it is. In fact, he's one of the few remaining people who doesn't owe Puffy anything. And if anyone can break the silence and uncover the truth about Diddy's involvement in Tupac's shooting, it's him.
Oh, man.
There's a lot of conspiracies around involving Pac, involving everybody, Biggie, everybody.
But the man to tell you what he did,
Despite not having $1 billion to his name, Ice Cube has tons of respect in the industry. And when it comes to Tupac's unsolved case, Ice Cube pursues his own agenda. You see, guys Pac and Cube were actually on good terms, and the unspoken truth lies like a burden on his shoulders. Motivate Ice Cube to risk his life for someone who passed away more than 2 decades ago. And Cube doesn't mince his words, and despite the recent arrest in this case, he knows that the real culprit is still walking free among us. As Cube said in this interview, for Pac's demise to be, somewhat unsolved, as well as Biggie's, is just a shame. When John Lennon got shot, they found that guy very quick. So when Cube raises his voice about Pac's case, it's more than a personal connection. It's about standing up for the principles they both held dear.
I considered him, at the end, a friend.
You see, the connection between two rappers runs deep, but it's essential to note that despite the passage of time, the case remains largely unchanged, and Ice Cube is not going to tolerate this anymore. Seeing Kiffy D heading for trial and Diddy living it up in his mansion, as if nothing could ever touch him, Cube is running out of patience, along with multiple fans of Tupac. As one of them commented on social media, even before his demise, Diddy will deny everything. He's a coward and can't take it like a man. Unfortunately, so much time has passed. So many have passed away now. And another user added, hope Pac gets justice that he deserves and needs. But you see, guys, not only fans are waiting for claws of justice to catch Diddy, Ice Cube is also grieving with the world as he has very fond memories of the demised rapper. Cube's path crossed with Pac many times in music and movie industries. And despite them both being big names, there haven't been a hint of controversy between them.
Tupac was loved by millions of people around the world.
Ice Cube even shared how he refused to play a role in a movie because he saw it was written for Tupac. In his interview, Cube confessed, "I turned down the Tupac role in Poetic Justice. Poetic Justice director John Singleton hit me up. He was going to give me pay too." Upon reading the script, the rapper realized that this role was meant for someone else. When Cube refused to participate in the movie, the director asked him what was wrong, and to what the rapper replied, "The problem was me playing Tupac. I don't think I'd kick my homeboy out the car for a girl I just met when we got to Oakland. I didn't think that was cool. It kind of made the character a loser to me." As you probably know, Ice Cube's decision to turn down the role opened the door for Pac to take the part, which ultimately became a cult classic. However, things sadly turned for the worst for Pac, which led to his fatal beef with Puffy.
That started to kind of get into the artist, you know what I mean? That sentiment started to poison the artist.
After his release from prison and upon joining Suge Knight's label, Pac adopted an aggressive rap style. From that point on, he began rapping about a gangster lifestyle. His fourth album, All Eyes on Me, which arrived at the start of 1996, solidified his reputation but also sent a clear message. Pac was now a different kind of artist, a shift even Ice Cube himself could no longer recognize. Apparently, this change became the reason why Tupac got wiped out from the rap scene. It was the biggest crime of the century, and only a few months ago, the investigation finally overcame that roadblock. The arrest of Keefe D became the biggest news for rap community, but according to the gang members, it was Diddy was the one who issued the order to shoot the rapper, with a price tag of $1 million, which never reached Keefe D.
Puffy gave Zip $1 million that was supposed to be handed over, and Zip ended up keeping it.
Keefe D has been sharing this with anyone who would listen, from the police to DJ Vlad on YouTube. However, it didn't give the police enough evidence to issue an arrest warrant for Diddy. The best thing the music mogul can be held criminally accountable for at this point is solicitation. However, even for that charge to stick, detectives would need a credible witness, for example, people who were present when the agreement was made, who spoke directly with Puff and heard him confirm it. Plus, there's no trace of money, okay, no proof.
But thank God he never gave him the money, right? Think about it. If he gave the money, Puffy will be in prison now, money for hire.
Without these essential pieces, the streets can talk as much as they want, but there will be no solid case against Puff. Unfortunately, the only person who seemingly checked all of these boxes was Eric Von Zip Martin, who was rumored to be the middleman between Diddy and Keefe D, but he has been deceased since 2012, just like the alleged shooter Orlando Anderson, and many other people who could shed the light on this case. It seems like the key answer to the crime of the century is hanging right in front of us, and we cannot grip it fully. Even the netizens are losing hope, with one person commenting, "Let's be honest here, P. Diddy won't be arrested due to being a billionaire. Money buys freedom." And another user added, "Find that missing $1 million, then you'll definitely have P. Diddy in jail for life." Well, it may take a lot of manpower to bring the music mogul down, and let's hope that such confrontations will instill the constant fear inside him. But I want to ask you guys, do you think that Diddy has enough money and power to meddle with the investigation? Or will he withstand the storm that's coming? Let me know what you're thinking, and in the meanwhile, don't forget to check